the first cheap thrills, I thought I would actually do Alice, the original American McGee's Alice, which is what you're now looking at. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if this can actually be deemed as being a cheap thrill. After looking up the price of the original, it apparently would be cheaper for me to develop a meth habit than it would for me to be able to try and pick up this game. On Amazon and eBay, you're looking at anywhere from $40 to over $100 for a game that is old enough to go to school. However, I still wanted to do a video on it because the original Alice was a fantastic game and was wonderful for its time and what it brought to PC gaming. It had wonderful ideas and premise, and the graphics weren't actually that bad either for when it was made. But if you're looking to play Madness Returns, if you're playing it on a console, or if you've ordered it from certain places for the PC as well, you'll actually get a remastered copy of the original. The remastered one has a few sharpened textures regarding characters, and it's also got higher resolution. Nothing else really. It also disables the console, I believe. So, with all that in mind, and with my meth habit slowly forming, I decided that, here we go, Alice. And that's enough talking from me now while we're staring at the menu screen, because while the music is nice and cheery and slightly macabre, I'd rather actually get into the game. So I'm going to play it on hard, not nightmare, because this game is so old and I can't remember how to play it, it'll probably eat me alive. So we have a wonderful scene setting here. Alice, her parents, laying in bed, a bunny.
Wake up, Dormy. It's time for the tea party.
Tea party, Mad Hatter, bunny.
I've got one. Why is a raven like a writing desk?
There's not much really to say at this point. It's an interesting intro. Basically, as you can now see, the fire. So there you go, fire, horrible fire. Everything is about to go horribly wrong. Alice is conveniently woken up by the book. I'm not sure how that one works.
Mom? Dad? Alice? Mom!
Goes to try and save her parents, who have terrible, terrible voice actors. Her father's voice acting always makes me smile. And there you go. Parents were killed. Horrible trauma.
That old rabbit will bring her around.
Now in the hospital. The ever so generic game scream there in the background. I'm not sure if you heard it. And of course the evil demonic bunny. A staple in all these sort of games. And we are now going to load into Dementia. Falling through a very trippy hole. Managing to somehow land with dignity.
Dawdle, Alice. We're very late indeed.
If you've ever played the original of this, not the remastered, you'll notice the difference in the sharpened coat there, straight away. And of course the Cheshire Cat, which looks a little more street there.
You've gone quite
than normal.
mangy, Cat, but your grin's a comfort.
And you've picked up a bit of an attitude, still curious and willing to learn, I hope.
Wonderland's become quite strange. How is one to find her way?
As knowing where you're going is preferable to being lost, ask. Rabbit knows a thing or two, and I myself don't need a weather vane to tell which way the wind blows. Let your need guide your behavior. Suppress your instinct to lead. Pursue, Rabbit.
The riddles, always with the riddles. Okay, so if ever you've played this, you'll know the keys, but for those that haven't, A and D to move sideways, W and S to move back. Camera is controlled with the mouse. Spacebar to jump. You've got your health on the left hand side, and you've got your spell mana stuff on the right hand side.
Our land is destroyed.
Given that I haven't played this for so very, very long, this is going to be some sort of hybrid.
Is there no joy here?
First impressions mixed with a review as well.
When the path is
And there's the cat
problematic,
again.
consider a leap of faith. Ride the wind.
Riding the wind is of course preferential to riding the lightning, which can be quite problematic, and death involved.
The Red Queen's agents are ruthless.
I'm not afraid of her or her creatures. Never was, really. You should stand up to them.
Voice acting is rather
Defiance
interesting
is useless.
from these little
While the Queen
creatures.
reigns, only death can release us from this misery.
Or her death, I suppose.
Meta essence is the life force of Wonderland. That of your enemies
Just staying
is
quiet so you can
especially
actually hear
potent.
most of this,
Collect
given
what
that,
can.
you know,
Use
stuff
it
at the
wisely.
start. It's interesting to hear it. Okay. Don't think there's much else talking at the beginning, so I can actually now say things. Like, oh look, shiny red things. And a knife. Wonderful, my Vorpal.
Your knife is necessary, but not sufficient. Always collect what's useful. Reject only your ignorance, and you may survive.
Of course, the Cheshire Cat talking like Morpheus here. One cannot be told what Wonderland is. They must see it for themselves. Behold, the incredible shrinking bunny. Okay, and
Everyone
more
seems
talking?
completely dejected.
More talking.
Are things really as bad as all that?
The truth would reduce you to a blubbering baby. Are you the savior Rabbit has been telling us about all this time?
I shouldn't think so. I'm a person. And just now, I wish to get very small. About this big.
I could insult your dress
serious
sense and
twisting.
make you feel really tiny.
You'll need to go sideways, not forward. If I knew
How does going
I'd go
sideways make you
myself.
mean you'll
Not
be
twisted,
smaller?
Small. I wish to become about this big.
So he's
The
deaf
fortress
as well
of
as
doors
stupid.
holds
Okay.
Such secrets, but it will take
More
more
riddles.
than a wish to get in.
Of course, everything is going to be a riddle in this
Doors
game.
have locks. Locks need keys, which you don't have. Let's hope the doors are open.
And if not, there may be more than one way to skin a cat, if you'll pardon the expression.
Most unpleasant metaphor. Please avoid it in future.
Cheshire Cat is actually one of my favourite characters from this, given that, you know, he's actually not that evil. Okay, oh, and we have an enemy. And I now need to try and... is he gonna... Wow, he's actually got stuck. And there we go, wonderfully delicious gore. And I did it without losing any health. Can't enter that door. Can we enter the one over here? Nope. Okay, so we're following the path by the looks of things. And I can actually do some talking now. So, left click is to attack, right click is to throw my knife, or Vorpal. And
Only a few find the way.
More
Some
talking.
don't recognize it when they do. Some don't ever want to.
the cat always talks in riddles, and it can get rather annoying,
Rabbit
but
told us
it's
a
actually
champion
rather
would come.
nice to see that kind of
You
thing,
that
rather than
champion?
them just saying press
Can you
A
get
to
me
jump.
inside the fortress of
Yeah,
doors?
using the riddles really does fit
Oh,
with
no,
the game
I
style.
wouldn't dare. Since the upheaval, we've all become gutless half-wits. I can barely risk crossing the road. But make your way to the mines, the deepest pit. There's one wiser and braver than myself who might help. He still lives free.
Okay.
Every adventure requires a first step. Trite but true even here.
Ah. Of course, an interesting way of saying step off the platform. There we go, we're now in the next sub-area thing.
Hanging
Are we gonna get a
ropes are
tutorial
the
for the
goodest
ropes?
steppers
Yes, we
to
are.
those who know how to use them.
Let's see if I can actually use them. And... no, apparently not. Thankfully, I didn't land in the horrible green goop. Looks like someone sneezed. Sinus infection. I don't really want to put my foot in that.
Why
is this the guy we need to see? Yes, it is.
Deserted place.
To benefit from your wisdom.
Even blurred vision is valued by the blind. If I were clever, would I cower in this slag?
Ah, so he's not clever,
not
he's just
wise.
old.
I've just
Makes sense.
grown old.
I wish to get very
If
small.
I remember rightly,
bigger than a
this is
mouse.
also the last
how I might
guy
do
who's around that
Only
actually
that?
does any kind
Oh,
of
yes.
talking.
I
For a
could
little
manage
bit.
that. For
Apart from the
price.
cat, obviously.
I have nothing of value.
You have nerve and your health. Mine are nearly gone. I've seen too much suffering, and I smoke too much, you see.
What must I
There you
do?
go, kids. You heard it
In the
right
card
here
guard's
from the
compound,
nameless
particularly
NPC.
rough diamond
Smoking is bad
holds a
for you.
key. Retrieve it. I will repay the favor.
Okay, he wants me to go and get a key for him, and he's willing to help me out. So, Alice originally came out back in 2000. I think the release date was early October. Running in the Quake 3 engine, which was not that bad at the time, actually. As you can see, the game was given decent reviews. It was given slightly lower reviews by some people that said that the gameplay was a bit obvious. Which, yep, it is a little. But then in a game like this, the story and the setting is really kind of more than the linearity of it. I'm not sure how many copies it's actually sold now. I think it's over 1 million and a bit. I remember reading something somewhere back in 2010 it had sold 1.5 million, so going to guess that it's gone up since then. However, given the price that it now costs to actually pick up a copy of this... oh, hello. Given the cost of actually trying to pick up a... bollocks. Where is it going to reset me to? Oh, that'd be the wrong save. Isn't that just splendid? Let's try this one. Oh, it's reset me back here.
Hanging ropes are as good as step ladders.
Let's see if I can just quickly...
You pursue me to
yes,
this
I can skip
deserted
that.
place.
Wonderful. So, as I was saying before the guy knocked me off the edge, it sold 1.5 million copies back then, but given the price that it now costs to get a copy of the game, you would think that it was rarer than rocking horse shit. If you did pre-order the game, you were lucky enough to get a copy, as I mentioned earlier. And you really should have a look, you really should play through it and give it a go. You may like it more than Madness Returns, you may not, it depends. Madness Returns is going to be, you know, newer, fresher. But what Alice originally brought to the table back in 2000 was great. It showed you a darker setting. It showed you a wonderful game premise set in a world that everyone is familiar with, but just twisted slightly, showing what happens to, you know, that darker side. And a lot of the game came into, you know, question in regards to the whole, where did things in this world, you know, not going to get me this time, where in this world they stemmed from. Whether it was Alice's insanity or whether these things were real or, you know, where they came from. And am I going to get the cards?
52 pickup is a staple.
Yes,
of
I now have another weapon.
But when the deck slices and dices, it's no laughing.
However,
matter.
throwing the cards costs mana, so I need to be careful with that one. And there's the key. Can I get past these guys? Ow. Oh, it would appear that I am now actually completely out of mana, so I have to try and fight 3 guards with just a knife, and these things will eat me in melee combat if I get close to them. The knife also has a really long recharge time. Come on. See, the animations and movement is wonderful. It's not slow, sluggish movement. You really have quick response. You really can avoid these guards fairly easily. However, actually getting into melee combat with them and trying to deal damage that way, not going to work. Especially on the harder difficulties. Like, get key, yes. And I think I now need to go through this glowy door. Yes. However, there are now guards everywhere else. And the guy wants me to go that way. And he's going to shrink down to the size of a very small... What is it with trying to surprise me? And they're throwing things at me as well. This is all wonderfully annoying. And I can't get that. Let's see if I can jump over here. Throw dodging there. Alice should really play some sort of professional sport. You know, if it wasn't for the horrible, crippling mental instability that she suffers. Although, I believe most sports athletes also suffer such things. Slow recharge on the knife is so... Oh, bugger, I fell in the snot. The jump, unfortunately, is a little bit sticky, which is a shame, but that was something that it doesn't affect you too significantly from my playing of the original, but my playing of the original was years ago now. Okay, now how am I going to... Can I... Okay. Honestly, oh, I need to go over there. Silly me. Through the swirly, vortexy thing.
Very resourceful. Rabbit's confidence is not misplaced. He is no fool.
I certainly hope he is not.
Use the key to free my clan from the oppressive burden they carry. Any fight against the Queen's tyranny is a good fight. They've suffered...
I'm sure I'm very sorry for them, sir. Really I am. But what about me getting small?
The one thing I always loved about this game is something that just showed up there. You're being sent to do mindless side quest stuff, basically. You're being sent to go help these guys in return for him making you small. And Alice isn't actually happy with that. As you just heard, she wants to know basically when the hell he's going to make her small.
School inside the fortress where you'll find certain items for creating a concoction.
Of course, there's going to be a catch with getting into the school.
What items exactly?
He also seems to be operating the balloon by just holding two strings and pedaling a bike. Technology is so fantastic in the year 2000.
When you see them. Speaking of seeing things, we should avoid the card guard's notice. Hang on. Damn it. They've been seen.
You are ineffective at the stealth, sir. I don't think it's very easy to take evasive maneuvers in a bike-powered Zeppelin, but this guy is going to try. Are we going to get hit? I can't remember. They're just going to spam fire or some description of something. Is he going to drop me off? Am I going to crash?
Eventually, you must break through such walls. But for now, jump!
Fantastic logic. Unable to break a wall, so just jump. There we go. And we are back. I believe that's a Queen of Hearts tentacle. But, spoilers. That will come into play later on, and I don't want to ruin the game for you. So, school with its wonderful spelling. Oh crap. What the hell? Oh, there are two of them. How do I run away? What's the key for running away? Of course, not every fight is something that you should actually decide to take part in this game. Running away is a legitimate tactic. And of course, the environments are always down I go. Environments are always wonderful. So, Fortress of Doors. I think I can load and I can skip this as well. And thankfully it's going to put me just here. So the original brought a lot of things to the table, as I've said, but one of the things I haven't mentioned yet is actually the music. This... Can I avoid the horrible breaking fall? Yes, I can, but I'm going to die. Yeah, typical. I think I've actually hit a snag here. The music of the game was rather wonderful for the time, and if memory serves correct, because we're going back a few years now, Marilyn Manson actually had a hand in the music. Holy balls, I flew. Okay, I think that might have helped me out a little. I need to try and get across here quickly so that I don't actually get hit by those things. And I'm across. Can I get through the doorway? Yes, I think I did. Wonderful. However, I now have no health. This is going to be a problem. See the guard. I need to kill him before he kills me. Oh, he's got a buddy. Oh, and I was knocked out. Combat in this game is not something that should be taken easily. I'm normally fairly good at these kind of things. Let's see if I can get...
some havoc. The dogs of war are loose.
I believe I've just gone insane. Yes, there we go. Now this is the wonderful oh dear, I'm dead mechanic. Now featuring 4 different dying animations and 1 gravestone. I think we might need to kill these guys before... Unfortunately, I have a problem in the fact that... Oh, I'm just screwed. Completely and utterly screwed. This is a fantastic failure on my part. Let's have one more go. And I can't remember where my save is. Where is my save? There is my save. Fortress of Doors. Oh, I'm out here. This may actually work better in my favor. Right, let's have one more try of this, and if I can't actually get past this, I'm going to probably explode. The screams, oh the screams. Am I gonna, no, I'm gonna die. Yeah. Okay, one more. I refuse to be beaten by this game, especially while I'm being watched. We can do this. Eye of the Tiger. Blade of the Vorpal. Right. Fortunately, them closing the... Can we not kill this guy? I'm just thinking... Maybe if I just kind of... Pillar hug? Or keep my distance from them? No, that's not gonna work. I see a glowy red thing in the corner. Can I not pick up the glowy red thing? So, if you're after a wonderfully macabre, dark, funny puzzle game thing, there we go. I have health now until they scream and remove it all. Like so. I'm going to guess that one of the very first comments on this video is going to be, "You're doing it wrong. This is how you actually beat the floaty guys that scream." It's so easy. What are you doing? You're so bad at video games. Because I'm dead again. There we go. We'll leave it there, shall we? So, American McGee's Alice. A wonderful game. Dark, funny, puzzle, action, adventure, excitement, romance, love, and other things along those lines. Came out in 2000. Not actually that cheap, however, you may find it attached to your pre-order of Alice Madness Returns, or you may be able to pick up a sensibly priced copy somewhere online. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have anything to say, comment box below, as always, and if you liked the video, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.